Hey guys, I thought I'd do my first video on something that's more contractor related, less woodworking, really no woodworking, but still someone might get something out of it. And it's a start and I can practice and see how this goes and maybe figure some stuff out that I don't know yet. But this is the space. It's a yoga studio, and what we're going to be doing today, hopefully, this is new to me, but we're going to try and see if we can figure this out. All these ceiling panels up here should have some framing behind them, so we're going to find the framing, and we're going to be installing support brackets so that the yoga classes can do what's called aerial yoga. This is the bracket they use. And you can see the two holes. We're gonna try to bolt them into the studs. And then we're gonna try to make some clean holes for the lines that hold the aerial yoga silks out of the drop ceiling so it looks nice. Okay, so we wanna put the first aerial silk in this square right there. That way the teacher can be doing her thing up here. Then we're gonna put another few rows leading back to the door here for the students to follow along. So my first step is gonna be removing this drop ceiling panel. We're gonna see what we have up there and if we have framing we can attach into, hopefully. All right, so when I open up the hardware box, I can see I got two options here. We're gonna be going with these right here, the lag screws. We're not gonna end up using these. These are for masonry. We don't need them today, so we're gonna stick to this on the left here, and we're gonna be screwing them into the studs directly. Okay, so we're looking for studs. We're gonna use this one. This is the one I like. There's all different kinds. I think as far as a stud finder, maybe get the one that's a little better than the crappiest one because it's worth it in the long run. It's one of those tools I think is worth getting a half decent one. So we're gonna go across here. You can see my mark from before. When I hit a stud, it's gonna mark that. I'm gonna move up this way, do the same thing, just to be sure. Yep, there it is. So now I know if I go in line with that, there's a piece of framing there. So we're gonna bolt our support brackets right into there, and that should be plenty strong. Depending on how picky your customer is and how picky you are, you're gonna wanna make sure your measurements are lined up and everything is working out. This lady already screamed at me a few times and she seems pretty wild, so I'm going with the laser just to be sure and cover myself. So it's crooked right now, as you can see, but the gist of it is I'm gonna line this up until it's in the center, all the way down the room. You can also use a chalk line, but that's gonna leave a mark there. You could also measure off of the existing grid. This is just the easiest way for me to do it. Again, if you have a wild customer, you might want to do something like this just to make sure you're covered. All right, so now we got our bracket and we're gonna put the bracket up on our mark and we're gonna pencil where the screws go. And then when we're done that, we're gonna take this back off. We're gonna drill holes for the lag screws. We're gonna pre-drill for the lag bolts. As you can see, you probably can't see actually, you want your drill bit to be smaller than the lag. Not too small, not too big. The lag on this case is like a 3/8 roughly. I'm gonna use a 5/16 bit. That way it's letting these threads bite into the wood, but it's clearing way for the center of the screw to go into the wood. Otherwise it'll just split. Trying to post here, and the lady I talked about earlier is over there trying to play music. You know, all part of my job, I guess. You gotta deal with people like that. So what we got here is a mess. So we did find the framing with an exploratory hole right here. That's what I like to call that one. And there's framing up in there. We verified it. It's on 16, so we're gonna mount on that and move forward. All right, now we're gonna drill through, line that up. Got that. One more. Now these bad boys can go up there, like so. Try to do this with one hand. We're on a limited production budget here for now, but you want to screw these in. I'm going to put the other one in here, tighten them down. You can also use a socket with a ratchet, but I happen to have this impactor and it works good. Okay, now we got both of these supports 16 inches apart roughly, and we're going to attach the aerial silks down like this to the ground down there, and hopefully no one falls off. So lady's giving me grief again. Not sure what her problem is, but if she doesn't pay me, I'm taking that plant right there. Saying something about how I can't do my job right. Now she's gonna show me what's going on. I don't know what's wrong with her, but like I said, if she doesn't pay me, I'm taking that plant over there. Right there. She didn't want to pay for shelving. Didn't want to hire a real carpenter, so she went to IKEA. Thumbs up if you agree with that. Thumbs down if you don't in the comments. Thanks, like, subscribe, smash buttons. Well, that went pretty good. I'll see you on the next one.